This is Samson. So Robert, introduce me to this group here. Who am I? What do I do here?
Mr. Samson is the lead designer on this bridge replacement project. He's one of the most accomplished engineers in the entire office. So when there is a project that has a level of complexity, guess who they come to? Mr. To, the voice of hotel. So put some respect to his name. He knows what he's doing.
Thank you. Okay, as you can see here, I'm a beginner impacting. Not the big one. See how I'm starting like this here? And that's small one. That's what we do. We talk, but we do as well. The beginner, see the beginner. Okay? Again, the sweat is the bottom. It's my country. So we're doing it to be able to help. Whatever we can do to help. It's not about the money. It's about what we can do to improve the lives of our brothers and sisters. This is instead of beginner, and they put it in the sidewalk. Yes, I'm going to tell you. They put it in the sidewalk, and I'm going to be the one to be in the sidewalk if I also want to. So, thank Okay, as you can see here, I'm a beginner impacting. All them big mark. See how it's working like this here? And that's small one. That's what we do. We talk, but we do as well. We begin to see the beginner. Okay? Okay, the sweat is the bottom. It's my country. So we're doing it to be able to help. Whatever we can do to help. It's not about the money. It's about what we can do to improve the lives of our brothers and sisters. This is the city of beginner. And they put it in the sidewalk. Yes, I'm going to tell you that. They put it in the sidewalk. And I'm going to be the one to put it in the sidewalk. If I already want to know. So, thank you.
Good evening, folks. Samson to Libra Pub Radio. I want to thank all of you again tonight for tuning into Libra Pub Radio. We're here again to have a wonderful program here again tonight. We say thank you. All we ask is for you to share this video to as many people as possible. Do us a favor, just share this video, just share it to friends, and ask the friends to share it to whoever they want to share it to, please. Please, it's wonderful to do so, but I ask of you, as our brothers and sisters, to watch us and have a program and be able to participate in the program. Where it's not based on matter that you do that, I just ask you to do it, please, to help us all. And so we can have as many people watching us as much as possible. I want to thank all of you again tonight, and I'm not too sure why my stuff is being delayed here. See, it's delayed. I don't know why, but we're moving on. We're here. That's okay. Again, folks, wonderful to be here. Thank God. Monday afternoon, we're here again this evening. Libra Pub Radio. Safety, Lord Jesus. We want to thank you again this evening. We want to thank you for the mercies of. Oh my God, thank you. For the mercy of forgiveness, for the mercies of blessing, for the blanket of safety, everything you provide to us. My Lord, we step out of the house, we're in your hands. We lay down in our own bed, we're in your hands. We bring the fufu bowl in front of us, we put it in your hands. Because anything can happen anytime. But with your blessing, with your guidance, everything is working. We want to thank you. We want to thank you. My Lord, as we come before you again tonight, we put the Republic of Liberia in your hands. We ask that the people of the Republic of Liberia be blessed. Guide us. Guide us. Guide us. Thank you. We ask that the President of the Republic of Liberia, President Joseph Barker, be blessed. Whatever he touches, God bless his hand. In the interest of the Liberian people. Whichever door he knocks, open the door. In the interest of the Liberian people. Thank you. Thank you for that. We thank you for things yet to come because we believe in you, we have faith in you, and we know your ability to produce for us. You have done it before, continue to do it. We say thank you, my Lord. Thank you. We ask that the host country, the United States of America, be blessed. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Again, folks, that's how we do it here. Samson told Labra Public Radio. I have here a book by William G. Nyano. It's a friend of mine. Uh, Mitigating the Legacy of a Misguided Version. My people, if you have access to the book, please get it. If you can get it, get it. If you can get it, get it. This guy did a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful job of doing some serious research. Serious research. And one of the things he stated here on this last page here of chapter 1, he says, the attitude persists today. Any effort intended to engender a public conversation about a painful history of the Negro of the American Liberians indigenous people evoke an instinctive divisive politics or a dwelling on the past, respond and therefore strive any serious open conversation about the issue. But Liberia cannot be whole until its full history, the good, the bad, and the ugly, is told by its own people. True national recognition, which seek healing through the recognition and appreciation of each other, pain and demand this. I'll be doing more of the reading, but I think I will try to do it on a Saturday. This book and some of the documents that I have here, I think it's very important that we all, if you have the opportunity, please go and get this book from Amazon. It's called Mitigating the Legacy of a Misguided Vision. And according to Nyanu, based on his research, and the things that happened back in 1847 is still happening today, 2026. Well, many of the people that came, their intent, according to Nyanu and his research, their intent was to come and build a nation in Africa for the free slaves here from the United States. And they were successful. They got in Freetown, Sierra Leone area. Things are bad. They moved down and got to Private Island, and they were having some issue with the natives and what have you. But when that was resolved, their intent was, okay, what do we do with the natives? Some, including Joseph Jenkins Roberts, consider the natives their brethren. And in fact, there was a serious situation where the mulatto, the light-skinned people, considered themselves to be elite than the dark-skinned free slaves. They're all free slaves, so they all went through a lot of stuff here in America. But when they got there, they started doing that. And eventually, of course, Tui Party and the dark skinny guys took over. But the intent was the native must be, according to this Nyano research, the native must be brought along with them if they want the future of Liberia to be successful, to have a true development. And speeches of upon speeches, Joseph Jenkins Roberts. Let me be specific. Joseph Jenkins Roberts, uh, E.J. Raw, and most of them, they were speaking and hoping that indeed the free slaves, many of their intent was to bring these people on board. In fact, they said why the preachers, there was no preachers who say the way of the culture that they met over there were not of Christian culture, and they wanted people to do away with it. In fact, and even me, yeah, it affected me because they made us feel our culture, our language was useless, was not good. In order for you to be somebody in the society, you must be able to speak English, perfect English, which I don't. And that's why President Waga president, and I'm not, because you speak perfect English. And that you should not be able to speak your dialect. And so this is very interesting. According to Yano research, they brought in some natives from the countryside to stay with them. But in the process, they made these native people to actually disown their culture and forget about their languages. However, there were those who were mounted that said these people and us will never and should never be on the same page. And we must subjugate them because they are not civilized. We are the free slaves from America. And not only that, when they became free, they decided to patrol the coast of Africa, of Liberia, actually, and capture those who was would be slaves, and they freed them. They called them the free slaves cousins, brought them to Liberia, and they decided intentionally decided to make sure that many of the indigenous people never get the opportunity to be anything other than second class citizens in the Republic of Liberia. And this thing was very bad. In the 60s, when the African American were fighting for freedom, Liberians were treating each other second and first class citizens. According to Yano research, there was a famous movie star during World War II stationed in Liberia. When he came back, he was really angry. He said, we were here, we saw and we witnessed and we see what these people are doing to us, but are stationed in Liberia. And people in Liberia are treating their own brothers and sisters as slaves in their own country. Can you believe that? This book, if you want to be part of it, go and get it. You will truly enjoy it. You will truly enjoy it. It's called Mitigating the Legacy of a Misguided Vision. The Case of Liberia. William G. Nyano. Nyano has been written. He wrote another book. He's been writing a lot. He's an engineer, by the way. So writing, I don't know where he got that from, but that's something. One of these days we'll talk to him. We'll talk to him. And it's a good reading. It's a good reading. It's a good reading. I will be reading it here on Saturday. But let's go on. Let's go on. Let's go. So basically, what have happened? Except now, it is not between the American Liberian and the natives. Now it's the natives against native. Things are going downhill. They're not going uphill, and it's very sad. It's very sad. People who have the opportunity to serve, they are not. Their intent is not to serve the people. Their intent to serve themselves. Things are not going right. But that's something I'll be talking about. So early this morning, I read an article from Front Page Africa, and that article make me to feel like tonight, Bamboo with Divacola. If what they stated, if it is true, then I think this government, this present government, under President Waka, need to rethink about the strategy of having a president to be that powerful. Because President Waka, you will not be president for life. You have to build a structure that will help the future. The same reason why you didn't go to war for Guinea. Because you're building the future for the Liberian people. But yet, you are not taking, from what I've read this morning, you are not taking steps, President Bakai, to make sure that the president is not as powerful as it is now. The presidency is not as powerful as it is now. As to be able to have the two branches, the other two branches of government, to be on your knees and your influence, not you particularly, President Waka, because this thing is pervasive. It go all over from all Unity Party, Liberty Party, whatever party. The president must not have that kind. President Waka will counting on you that by the time you leave office, some of these things that Liberians are suffering from will be alleviated. From what I read this morning on Front Page Africa, they shocked me. Because some of us were right here on this platform, supported you, begged Liberians, dance for you, because we believe that you coming will change a lot of stuff that honor the President Salih was not able to change. And then they got worse on the president we are. And we thought you will come because you have the experience, highly educated, understand government functionalities. But here we are. From what I'm seeing here, that the presidency is so powerful that the judiciary and the lawmakers refer to you, defer to you, not you particularly, President Walker, but defer to the office of the president to dictate on how and what they do. If this continues, we're going to fall back to a two-way party, a one-party state. And people die, President Walker, you know this. People die for us to have one man, one vote. I'm asking you publicly, President Wakai, that this one man, one vote that people die for, please let it stay intact. Before you leave office, make sure this one man, one vote process stay intact. We cannot have a democracy on top and underneath so rotten that nobody can smell anything under there. You're not going to be president for life. While we respect you and believe that you have the ability to lead us, there will be some people that will be ratting, that will come and pretend to be good for us. And because you don't put good, if you guys don't put good structure in place, these people will ride us through the bushes again. So this is completely bad. Let me bring in. I don't know if I should even bring it on because I'm saying you're gonna turn me now to turn to. I'm not here to eat crow. I'm here to be truthful, my Esther. There's no confession Monday. This is being truthful. Let me bring in Walter Carter. Walter Carter, good evening. Thank you for joining us. I'm a little bit shocking from what I read this morning from Page Africa. It's very disturbing, very disturbing to have from Page Africa, according to from Page Africa, to have the Republic of Liberia, to have we have three branches of government according to the Constitution. But yet, in reality, it seems to be that we only have one party system. And in fact, one government only. You don't have three branches, you only have one branch. Unacceptable. Let's hear from you before I go on off the deep end here this afternoon. Let's hear from
Yeah,
you.
thank you, the liberal. Um, the book you talk about from the brother that wrote that book. I mean, it's very interesting. I would like to say hi first to the audience, our viewing and listening audiences, and to you, liberal. I'd like to say good conversation. And it's important that we promote our people who are educating, and the rest of us in the country, outside and inside. And the brother that wrote that book, I mean, it's very interesting. We know the history. We understand most of what happened, and so we can contribute when that book, the day you bring that brother out to discuss the book in totality, we can actually make some contribution too because we understand the history. We know how things happen and how fast it is. It lead us to where we are as a nation. With that being said, this second topic that you brought up, the liberal, is important. Front Page Africa just didn't state that. The information, Deputy Information Minister came out and said the government, he did say we have to remove Yeke Kaluba because of the statement he made on the Guinean occupying our land. We have to remove. He didn't exclude the executive. He said we as a government have to move Yeke Kaluba. And I think it shows that the president, his statement that he made when I asked us, he said things will change. Yeah, things. He said, when he asked him some question when he came out from the airport, he said it. Yeah. Um, there were so many things that would be, that would happen that never happened before that would happen, and he was serious about it. And maybe he and his advisors and other government officials are trying to, circumvent our constitution and make our country a banana republic, like you said, of one that associate one associate all type of government. And this is where we are heading. Don't forget, the president may not, and I will give him the benefit of the doubt, the president may not be aware of a whole lot of stuff. But the people that are giving him information or pushing information out there, they are self-seeking, they are egotistic, and they are very vindictive. And because of that, they are making our democracy to look fragile and our democracy to even disappear. You understand? So, I mean, it's good that you're bringing it out because it's something that a void of politics here and there, CDC, Unity Party, ANC, CNC, all that. No, no, no. It's about democracy, a hard-fought democracy. People die for. Other people came and they start laying foundation so that we and our children can come and even foster and move better. We see this government trying to destroy it. And it's a sad day for our country, and we must speak because I know the liberal, when you guys were in your progressive mood, you guys were preaching for this democracy, a vibrant democracy where everybody can participate. People can have freedom of speech, freedom of movement, and freedom of everything. Today, we see it look like it's not happening.
So thank you, Walter Carter. We'll pray. But let me read what Front Page Africa stated here. It said a quiet drift. When power outpaces institution. On the surface, it said, Liberia democracy appears stable, but a closer look suggests that political influence is increasingly shaping decision within key institution. It goes on to say, in established democracies, incumbency is balanced by strong check and independence body. In Liberia, however, critics argue that incumbency has become a decisive force, one that can influence legislative outcome, shape judicial process, and determine political survival. Now, if what Front Page Africa is saying, and I've been reading Front Page Africa for a very long time, if what they're saying, if it is something to go by, then some of us would reject, strongly reject. And we will try to find out where this is coming from. And it is indeed true that the executive is now trying to control the both houses. I mean, the both government, the two other government that are supposed to be part of this, two other branches of the government. Then we will speak loudly. Just as we campaign for this government to come to power, we will also campaign vigorously to criticize responsibly, by the way, respectfully, by the way, but we will be truthful because this is not why some of us suffer so much. I came in this country when I was about 16, 17 years old. The first 2 years of my life in this country was nothing but whoa, yeah, enjoying man. It did. I went back, I came back. But when I came back the second time, the condition of which I came back in this country was not the same. My life was stuttered. My life was in the hole. I was completely broken. I struggle, struggle. But my struggle did not just happen overnight. My struggle did not happen in the bare basement of whatever it is. My struggle did not happen in isolation. I was involved with all things Liberia at a very young age. Went to ULA meeting, went to other organizations, Falahu meeting, went to any other, went to Nima County Association meeting while I'm from Nigeria, because I wanted to know what it is that happening in our country. And so I've been around. And even back home, when I was just a bare teenager, as a foot soldier for the progressive, we went places. We went to coconut plantation on Sunday morning to listen. We went places. We went across the bridge. Things would have gone haywire on us. During the Rice riot, I was in the street. I could have been killed. As a friend, somebody killed right by me, next, not even less than 2 feet by me, got killed. It could have been me. And we're not going to allow single-minded people who have nothing interesting to do for this country, to try to change the thing around. We will fight. Not literally, but intellectually fight. These people will not be successful, but because whatever trip they're on, it is not in the interest of the Liberian people, and we'll bring that up. It is not in the interest of the people of the Republic of Liberia. We'll bring that up, and we will argue our point. They will not succeed. They will not succeed. Whether it's come from, whatever party it's come from. One man, one vote, and that's how the Constitution divide the power evenly. Why now the executive will want to take, because there's no structure. And I'm asking this President Bakai, to please, before you leave office, whether tomorrow, day after tomorrow, whatever time, that there must be structure put in place. That people like me, a divisive person like me, people who have no knowledge of anything, I'm not even a high school graduate, but I want to be a president. And I have majority of my people from Toll Town want to back me. We're in majority. They put me in power. I cannot deliver. But because of the structure President Baka will put in place, will make their country to survive. If we don't do so, there will be challenge. Liberia have challenged democracy before. Democracy, I told you guys, and I continue, it's a bluffing thing. It's not, you don't touch it. It's an ideas. Where a group of people believe in it and hold on to it and fight for it and die for it. That make it a living organism. We cannot disguise that. And for us to sit here, and because of our love for a specific person, that indeed people will try and turn this thing around so that we have one single person, it's not going to happen. We kick two party out, we're not going to have this thing coming back. Unless some of us are no longer alive. But as long as we're alive and have the history on our side, we will talk and we will prove that these people are wrong. You can steal whatever you want to steal. As you claim, Liberia is an elephant meat. Anybody can go there anytime. You can do that. But you cannot turn the elephant upside down. We will not allow you to drown this elephant so that the future generation have nothing to eat. It's not going to happen. We're not going to do that. We will not do it. And I'm asking this president, you didn't go to war to Guinea, not because you are unable to fight. It has nothing to do with it. You didn't go to war to Guinea, not because you're not a human being who has feeling. You didn't go to war to Guinea, I believe, because of the future of the Republic of Liberia. And I'm asking you, President Bakai, that indeed you will make sure whatever that is written in Front Page Africa, this circumference that you have around you, people who just dare to eat and pray sinking, we're tired of them, especially when they start going into the area that affect all of us. Then we say no. This has nothing to do with campaign. It has nothing to do with President we want to come back. He's a Liberian. If he feel the ability, if he has the ability, if he feel he wants to be president, he has to me, let him. We will campaign against it, but that doesn't mean he cannot. But we will not have people coming into this position to make the presidency as strong as it seems to be. Unacceptable. So we will speak our mind. Enough is enough. You have these people that come, some of them, when they leave the government offices, they don't work anymore. 30, 40, 50 years old. They will not work anymore. Because why? They're millionaire. Go look at the house in Italy in a building in Monrovia. Where they get the money from? I'm not questioning that. Straight up with the government. If the government don't do anything, that's up to them. We elected the government feel people are using the money and doing whatever they want to do, it's up to them. The next government comes in, they want to investigate, it's up to them. But as long as you leave that structure that people die for, democracy that people die for, you leave it alone, you don't shake it, you do whatever you want to do. We will campaign against you when the time comes. But when you start getting involved into the day-to-day affair of this government, Republic of Liberia, you will have us to contend with. Walter Carter, let's talk about Yeka Koloba. Yeka Koloba situation seemed to be, he's all over this place. First, there was a song that he was singing, and I'm going to sing that now, because I will tell you it was a little bit immature as far as I'm concerned. But Yeka Koloba going to be the boom in the throat of this legislature. They don't know what they did. They don't know. As somebody was telling me today that Yeka blood is bitter. You can't eat it. You can't drink it. And so this, from all indication, they are not go. It's not. It's. I don't think it will go well with these people.
So
First of all, the first thing that I see, their complete disobedience to the Supreme Court, another institution that is supposed to be the check and balance of these people. And they're going to say they didn't see, but they can get Spoon, they can get evidence from Spoon to try to indict one of their colleagues, but they will not get Spoon evidence when it comes to their behavior. They got another thing coming. Yeka and his people, if the Supreme Court, if the judiciary want to have a strong institution, they're going to have to check. They don't have to agree with Yeke, but you cannot disobey the Supreme Court. Because the lawmakers, their job is to make the law. And the Supreme Court job is to so whatever law you make to remove your colleagues, the Supreme Court still have to examine that law. Make sure the process is indeed in line with the Constitution of the Republic of Liberia. That's their job. They're not doing something ordinary. This is their job, to make sure the process you use to remove Yeka Koloba, that indeed it is in line with the Constitution. And if they feel, hold on to this until we look at certain things, and then you're going to go and still carry that out. Those are like high school political party, like a high school government that seem to be disrespectful to the principle. And this is not. And here's the thing here. We make all these noise. The investors are watching. They're not stupid. Who will want to pour their billions of dollars into Liberia with this kinds of behavior? Because these things don't end well. These are the same behavior that took us to the bush of Guinea. These are the same behavior that took us to the bush of Sierra Leone. These are the same kinds of behavior that took us to the bush of Ivory Coast. You're coming back again with these kinds of behavior. We don't learn. Yeka, let's hear from you.
Yeka or Walter. So the liberal is important, that we don't try to politicize this issue. It's a threat to our national security. It's a threat to the livelihood of the people in Liberia and also us outside of the country. Because, Liberal, if something should sparkle in our country, we who outside will feel the pinch a lot. And you know what I'm talking about. So what is happening over there is complete disrespect to the other branch of government. And the reason they call the court supreme is because they are the final place where you go and get redress. All right? So when people are conflicted or when people have issues that they cannot resolve, or the lower courts cannot resolve, or issue in our country, they step up to the Supreme Court. And when they step up to the Supreme Court, when the Supreme Court acts, say, gentlemen, y'all stop. Let us look into this thing. Everybody should stop and listen because it has to do with our Constitution. Now, these people were successful in the House to undermine and disrespect the ruling of the Supreme Court in the removal of Speaker Kofa. You understand? The people say, oh, it was Speaker Kofa, and he was removed by election. No, Speaker Kofa was actually removed by a disrespect.
You see that? You see that? You see your man's that we're going to split now.
All
You
of
start
what
talking about that. You see that? You see how your phone just
with
broke up? It's
no,
because you
not
get there,
Tabata.
start talking about
No,
that now.
listen now. The fact the fact it had they listening to the Supreme Court to go status quo ante from the get go, maybe we were not speaker. People would have stayed been speaker today. But because
Maybe.
they didn't listen, yeah, because they didn't listen, and they did what they had to do. People had to talk to Speaker Kofa to let things go, and they should go and just don't take it. You just resign. Just move from there. Just go and let's sit down. So things fly, and they get them white ballot to go through the whole thing. Nobody contested, really. To go Musa Benedict was here for nothing. So they give it to them. Now they see that they can do the same thing with Yeke Koluba. They have to go through the case. The Supreme Court asked them to halt everything. These people immediately came back the next day, called their colleagues together, and they did what they had to do. After doing that, as a matter of fact, what we are hearing, the 49 votes that they say they got is not even legitimate 49. Because people whose names were called, they have started to come out to say, we did not sign. As a matter of fact, Neymar Briggs, she was outside the country. How did her signature get on her paper? The guy from Bombing County made a video. He said he was not there. How his signature got on that paper? And so many people will come out later on to speak about it. Look, we must have freedom of speech in our nation, and we must be tolerant of each other. All right? I keep saying, years back, these people were the very people who were opening their mouth very loud to speak all kinds of stuff. Nobody stopped them. It was lawful. It was something that they were doing. It was constitutional. You could not take it from them. To the extent that President Bouaka, when he was political leader, said if the election does not go away, there will be no Liberia. Nobody said anything about it. Today, you dare to say anything that in Liberia, you're not patriotic, you don't love the country, they will run after you. Look at the CSA boss, making people to sign paper. Don't speak against the government if you're working in the government. Are you kidding me? Are we not Liberian first? Making people to sign paper, civil servant. You can't be working in government as civil servant and you say bad about the government. But yesterday, people were in the government saying bad about the government. They were unity partisan. Nobody moved them from there. So we must speak about what these people are doing in our country is dangerous. And I think the president owed it to Liberian people to protect the entire country, to protect the citizenry, not United Partisan. United Partisan, they are not the only Liberians. He's president for the entire Liberia. But for him to become silent and these things are happening, it tells me either he part of what is happening, you understand, he condoning it, or maybe just he's not in charge. And that's where we are, liberal, because this is complete. I mean, it's something that is dangerous. This man have experience. And I always refer to you people who, savagely, politically savage and guru that put your integrity, political integrity on the line to say this man will deliver our country, this man will do X, Y, Z. Only to find out we are here and we are confused and we are frustrated because what is unfolding in the country is not what people thought that this president will make happen and to change. And that's the problem we got in our country now. So we must stand up. Everybody's standing up. I listen to Spoon to this. Everybody's standing up talking. What's going on? What's going on?
Thank
What's going on? And that's not how it's supposed to be. Especially people that supported you coming out to bash you, then something is really wrong.
thank you. Again, Yaka Kalaba situation is a little bit different from that of Kofa. Kofa was not removed. Kofa resigned, and we have to speak based on um, documentation, based on what was documented. So Kofa was not pushed out. He resigned according to information and all documentation from Liberia. The process itself was messy. By the end, the speaker, now speaker, or do they elected, even though some of us were not supporting him still, but he's our speaker. He's the Speaker of the Republic of Liberia, so we have to support him. However, Yeka Koluba situation, for them to come out and say Yeka must be removed, which they have done, well, it's their rule. My argument, I'm not here to say that their rule is not genuine, that their rule is not supposed to be. It's their rule. However, their rule must be in conformity with the Republic of Liberia Constitution. Their rule must not put the Constitution below there. The rule says, the Constitution says, whatever rule you're going to establish, it should be in conformity with the Republic of Liberia Constitution. Now, if whatever rule you set and however way you applied it, if the application process injure somebody else and the person is seeking redress to the Supreme Court of the Republic of Liberia, that person must be allowed, number one. And second, the Supreme Court has a choice to say there's no merit here, nothing here. We can't even waste our time with it and kick it back out. Or there's something here. Let's look at this. And they have some sort of mechanism that they use to determine as to which rules they're going to look at and which one they're not going to look at. So they have system at the Supreme Court that they use to determine whether to post stay on certain action of certain group or whatever. And you have to abide by that. Because let's go back to the legislature. It's their job to make law, to pass law that should govern all of us as Liberians, whether abroad or home. The law of the republic. If I want to live in Liberia, I have to abide by all of the law of the Republic of Liberia, whether I like it or not. Now, if I feel that there's certain rules in Liberia that perhaps are too much for me, they are not helping me or they are injuring me, I will have to go to Supreme Court or go to the court and say, look at the law these people pass. They say affrontosa, and so I'm not speak crime. What kind of law is that? The Supreme Court tell me, Mr. Toll, that's the rule. I mean, we don't have time to come waste our time. Then I move on. But if the court deem it necessary to say, okay, maybe you might have a standing here. Let's look into it. And what are the processes involved in looking into in something? One of them is to say, you know what? While we're trying to gather all of the evidence, we want you to stop everything because we do not want to come and discover new evidence. We want you to stop everything until all of our evidences that we want or able to get are in hand, then we can talk to you. In this case, they've made it clear they didn't want to waste time. Let's look at it tomorrow, day after tomorrow. You carry out your process, or even the same day. But let's have a conversation. And I believe what the Supreme Court was trying to do was to avoid what's going to happen to them, was to allow them to tell them, your rule is this. According to your rule, in our interpretation of your rule that you set, which these are things that you have to do so they do not violate the Constitution of the Republic of Liberia. I believe that's the line that Supreme Court would have what we're getting ready to take. They were not there to tell them, say, don't do this, don't do that. But because of the greedy nature of certain group in the legislature, the entitlement behavior of certain group in the legislature, they decided to ignore. Now, it left for the Supreme Court now to say, okay, you ignore, go ahead and go free. Or for them to put their foot down to say, we're not going to allow these kinds of things to happen in this country. We're all equal branch government of the serving in this government, co-equal. You can't come and stomping over us and try to disgrace us, and you want us to say yes. That is not something we're going to do. Okay? So let's see how far the Supreme Court going to go with this, and see if they're going to do anything else. If you have nothing to say, so be it. So be it. But one thing I do know,
Mhm.
Yeka Koluba, whatever party that Yeka Koluba going to align himself with, that party will win 2029. We might not fool ourselves. Whichever party Yeka Koluba going to align himself with, because it seems to me that many Liberians, majority of Liberians, who are not sycophants, who do not care who man somebody calls it, what have you, and just care strictly based on the rule of law, they will support Yaka Koluba, whatever party that he align himself with. Let's close on this one and then we'll move on to something else. Let's hear from
So,
you.
so
I call
liberal,
you.
so liberal, so liberal. This the thing, right? The Supreme Court, the people, the guys in the House knew that the Supreme Court would have told them the right thing to do. Would have told them to provide Yeka Koluba with the evidences that they said they found against him. They know that Yeke did not violate any law in our country. Yeke spoke. He's got freedom of speech. Anybody can make any freedom of speech you see in this country. 9/11 came. There were Americans in Congress who didn't believe that that thing actually happened on the other side. Did they remove them? And our constitution mimic these people country. The citizens of the nation, some of them up to now still don't believe 9/11 that foreigner did it and all that kind of big conspiracy. So he let people to have their own opinion. Yeke Koluba speech did not bring Guinean soldiers on our land. Guinean soldier was on our land before Yeke Koluba spoke. It didn't make any difference in anything up to today's date, even though the government is running after journalists. Just imagine this government is running after journalists who went to the border recent times, 2 or 3 days ago, to report that nothing has changed. The Guinean soldiers are still there. The civilians from locality do not have access to their farms. They don't go to farm. The children go to school. They have not been. Everything is just at a standstill, and the Guineans are still on the soil. The Guinean soldiers are there. What the government did to order arrest through the NSA to arrest a spoon journalist, and the guy personally is in hiding. Can you imagine what kind of government is this that continue to lie to the people? So when you won't sanction the voices or people come to talk, you start to sanction people's voice and try to crack down on people going to give independent information to the public. That's not a way to govern. That's not a way to govern. And we still say here that, or maybe we speculating, maybe it's like this or it's like that. No, the people say it straight up front. These people came together and decided we're not going to listen to the Supreme Court like we've been doing. We have not listened to them. We're not listening to them. We're a separate branch of government. We got our own rules. Whether our rules contravene the Constitution, we don't care. We'll do what we have to do. They have been doing it for years. Every group of legislators that ever sat whether post-war Liberia, they have been doing what they have been doing to Liberian people because they feel the law will not do anything to them. The Constitution does not apply to them. They got their own fixed rule. They made their own salary. They made their own benefits. Everything they did is outside of our Constitution according to them, so they don't care. They drive on the tail lane because the Constitution says when you represent it, you should drive on the tail lane. You see that? For all the other citizens, you drive on regular lane. So you leave the regular lane and join the tail lane that going opposite and drive on They say it's beautiful. Even the president driver telling the president come for coming, everybody park on the side, he drive on the street lane going and say stuff like that. But they made their own rules to change to circumvent our constitution, and we allow it happen as a people. We can't ever talk soft to these people in ways that they think they are our bosses. No, they are our servants. We put them there to work on our behalf. Until we realize that, they will continue to disrespect us, they will continue to disrespect the organic law of the land, and they will do the things that they will do. And if we're not careful, it will plunge our country back into the dark days because these people don't care. They don't care at all. How is it that the Supreme Court said they sent information, communication to the House of Representatives? Somebody receive it and sign for it, and you go sit in section, and you say you didn't you asking that anything came from the Supreme Court. Why me to even ask that question? Because you know you received something from the Supreme Court, but you don't want to put on the floor. Because when you put on the floor, it will say that Supreme Court will acknowledge that you received it and you disrespected them. You received the letter. Now what they're gonna do? The lady that received the letter and signed for it, they're gonna silence her. She's gonna come up with another story. Who she gave it to? She's not gonna call her name. Or maybe she will lie and say, "Well, I just put on the desk with the hope that they will come up with certain lies because they will dish her money so people can close their mouth." But it will not even save them because once the letter was received and was signed for, you gotta act on it. This is not the first time. And I hope that the Supreme Court does not act like them or the executive. I think the Supreme Court should stand firm because people look up to the Supreme Court to do the right thing in the country. To stop that thing where the people say our justice system is rotten, and we say we got integrity. Our justice system, the people that are there, they are people of integrity. They should start acting now to put these people in check. Because if they don't do that, the common people will rise up against them too, like they do with the police and other entity in government. It's sad, the laborer. And we cannot sit there and allow these people to continue doing these things. We cannot sit here. We got to speak out. This government is doing worse in our country when it comes to the rule of law. They're doing bad. Maybe the president is not aware. But if he's aware, they got to stop it. Somebody got to talk to him. His father got to come to Mr. President. We got to slow down. We got to do it the right way. Because everybody doing their own thing and they're making the country to look very bad. If you can speak about it, angry as you are now talking about these things, it tells me what's about people outside the country, opposition, what? Opposition not even agitating. They're not talking. Unity partisan, unity party supporters, people who brought President Parker to power, looking at what is happening in the country, are voicing their opinion all like this. And you take that, if you continue to here for 1 or 2 weeks, they're going to silence you. They're going to start attacking you. They're going to start saying the worst about you. Because now they're saying it about Stanton. Stanton, you reporter that will feature everything government. They're running after a reporter now. When you say something about the government, they run after you. If they can't get you, they put the people out there to attack you personally. And is that how we're gonna go? No, liberal. No.
Thank you. Thank you, Walter Kaza. Appreciate it. Again, folks, Samson to La Bropa Radio. I want to thank all of you again tonight for watching. We're here. I sent a link out, and I'm not too sure why the analysts are not with me tonight, but we have one here because apparently this is in his alley tonight. So he's happy to be one first to come on, which is good. Uh, but let's continue. Walter Cutter, what else on your plate this evening besides this?
Liberal it's the same system cell we keep talking about our Liberian politics. I was surprised. I thought by now the government will be the engaging people. We got about 32, according to what I heard, 32 villages along the border with Guinea on the part where this military, incursion is the military took over is. you know, 32 towns.
Are you there?
People are internally.
Water cutter, are you with me?
Labor, can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can
Yeah,
hear
I'm here
you.
with you. Can you hear?
Yeah, go
So,
ahead.
yeah. So we have 32 villages or towns along that border area where the soldiers from Guinea are occupying. And the government of Liberia is telling Liberians not to talk about it. They are shutting Liberian people mouths out. You cannot talk about this. Be silent. Don't say anything. Spoon journalists, and that's what on my mind today. A spoon journalist, a
Go
government radio
go on,
station.
go on. I will be right back. Water cutter, are you there?
Bro, I'm here, but you went off. You're saying something, you just went off.
Yeah, no, but I wanted you to continue with it because I
Oh
was
no,
trying
but you
to.
didn't say it, you just went straight off. That's why I was waiting for
Oh,
you. I
I'm
didn't know.
sorry. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right,
So
go
like I
ahead.
was saying, the government, the government, I don't know, I want to be refined. I don't want to use colorful words. People think it's colorful when you say the government. People lie, they say it's colorful. But the government is not truthful to the Liberian people. The government is doing things in the country that is bad for our country. The government is not being truthful. The government tried to shut people's mouths because of their inability to solve the problems that they have encountered. Why? To show the world that Guinean forces are still encroaching on our land. What is it that you're hiding as a government? And that story should be told. International journalists should be over there, BBC, Focus on Africa, or VOA. All of those should be over there asking Guineans, why are they occupying Liberian land? But the first thing, the local journalists in the country, the government is stopping local journalists from even going out there to give information to the rest of the world. Are they going after a spoon journalist from Foya? I think this is wrong, liberal. It's wrong. First thing first, right? Are there Guinean soldiers on our land? The answer is yes. Why are they there? Have they violated our sovereignty? Yes. So is that something that we should hide? We should be talking about it at the United Nations, ECOWAS. It should be everyday conversation from this government on our radio station, connecting with the international community. We're not fighting Guinea, but we want to make the world to know that Guinean soldiers are on our land, and it's unacceptable. They have internally displayed about 33 villages of residents from that era. And those people we're talking about, maybe, I don't know, maybe 25, maybe 30,000 people. Who knows? 32 villages or towns, they said, along that border area. And this government is telling Liberian people that you're not supposed to say a word. Just shut up and let the Guineans sit there. That is what on my mind, liberal.
I
That is
see.
what on my mind. And for us now to talk about it, it's bad. And that's the same thing today they are trying to remove Yaka Koluba. I mean, you can't speak about Guinea sitting on our land. Guinea's supposed to be there. They where Guinea belong. You can't speak about it.
Okay. Thank you, Walter. I also it's something that is a little bit tricky, to be honest with you. Um, Guineans being on the Liberian land is a little bit tricky in that we are not forceful in actually telling the Liberian people exactly what is happening. Whatever negotiation that is going on behind closed door, Liberians are not aware of it, and many Liberians are getting anxious. And so, again, this government, for some reason, because I don't know, maybe they have, but for some reason, are not being forthcoming enough, as far as I'm concerned. In that many Liberians don't know that this president is working hard behind the scene to make sure that Liberia and Guinea don't go to war. But this is not being expressed out there frequently. The frequencies of the communication from how do you call it, the Minister of Information is not enough from where I stand, because I think the Minister of Information should do all they can in their power to continue to enlighten the Liberian people, to say this is what we are, this is what we're doing. But it seemed not to be the case. Let me bring in Rescue 2 here. Terry, thank you for joining us. We appreciate it. But it seemed not to be the case. So I don't know really why they're behaving like that. But that's something I'm yet to clearly get a clear understanding of why they're behaving like that. To be honest with you, so I don't know. I don't know. But let me bring in Terry here. Maybe Terry can help us out. Terry, good evening. Thank you for joining us. We're just talking. I don't know whether you have the opportunity to listen to us, but if not, that's okay. We're now into what's on your plate. What do you have in mind? What it is you want to discuss? Walter Carter just brought his own, which is that the Guinean issue is not being explained enough, and that he believed the government is silencing people not to talk about Guinea issue. They giving an example of a front page reporter in Lofa who
No,
is now
Spoon. It was Spoon. I'm from Big Spoon.
Spoons. I'm sorry, Spoon reporter who is now in hiding, and that's an example. But let's hear you. What's on your plate, sir?
Nothing much, liberal. It's just a same old thing. Keto, how you doing?
Cool, brother.
And liberal, the guru, political guru, how you doing, sir?
Thank you. Long time. Happy Monday
Yeah,
to you.
since last year we were not here, but
Oh,
we
wait, now,
here.
where were they? Semani, the guys from Namibia, beer. Where that you rise on some kind of dusty road today?
No, man.
What,
Oh, my beer. I think that the camera, man.
no,
Maybe
no,
that
no white in there, yo.
no white inside.
Hey, man, Terry. Almost on dying, man. You can't do all that.
Seriously, I need to be.
Are you a sit down
I won't make you young, baby.
no, no, you can't
I
do
won't
that.
make
Can't
you.
do that. No,
I thought you said you 45 years old
yeah, but then
again.
you got to put. I you myself be on there. You get white in the beer. I got no. You got to do that kind of thing. You got to put some dye in it, Terry.
You get
That
grow
one unless
BS
this
liberal.
it'll count. Now unless this it'll count. You can't come on here and get white beer. Why I say why?
Keto, you know.
No, I'm talking
Yeah,
about
too.
liberal. Can you grow beer liberal?
I used to.
But grow it. Maybe your own will be white. It will be silver.
Complete
No,
silver. That's why you
no.
probably hiding yourself, Yana.
Walmart love me. Walmart love me. I'm their most valuable how do you call
Customer.
it? Customer. What wrong with you?
Yeah, man.
Go
But
ahead,
actually,
Terry.
liberal, like this Yaka Koluba thing, I think everybody all over the place talking about it and all of that. I saw some kind of stuff today with Supreme Court writing all kind of long thing. And apparently Supreme Court is
What
going to drag it.
what Supreme Court said? That would be
Well,
news to me.
I saw a 3-page letter, Supreme Court writing the House of Rep telling them that they were served. I think there was stuff. I didn't read the whole thing. I need to take my own time to read it.
嗯 哼
But telling them that they were served because the House of Reps saying that they were served. 'Cause I think they were served. 'Cause I think the House of Reps saying that they were served. 'Cause I think the House of Reps saying that they were served. 'Cause I think the House of Reps saying that they were served. 'Cause I think the House of Reps saying that they were served. 'Cause I think the House of Reps saying that they were served. 'Cause I think the House of Reps saying that they were served. 'Cause I think the House of Reps saying that they were served. 'Cause I think the House of Reps saying that they were served. 'Cause I think the House of Reps saying that they were served. 'Cause I think the House of Reps saying that they were served. 'Cause I think the House of Reps saying that they were served. 'Cause I think the House of Reps saying that they were served. 'Cause I think the House of Reps saying that they w that they were not served. All right, that they did not go to the proper channel. Supreme Court did not go to the proper channel to issue them the citation or the rate of prohibition. So and then, but the horse, I think, but the Supreme Court, I think, is saying that the horse was served. So this is where we are, and they're just going to go there, and the Supreme Court is citing them for April 29th. But by that time, I think the entire session will be over because they're just there for 10 days. I think this week's supposed to be the close. They're supposed to end this week. So by then, the session will be over. So I don't know if they still going to honor it. And if they do, Yeke Fit hangs in the balance until they return. So I don't know where are we right now. Some people are saying that they did not sign and they signed and they will not sign and all the kind of blah blah blah. But it was done on television. Witnesses were there. Everybody was to the place when the names were called, and it was I think 53 or so, and 3% or 2%, 4% declined that they did not really sign, and the names were taken from there, and they recall, and people put their hand up and attested to the names that were called. So when the other
So
guy
the people
saying
who put that, what's about Mama, whatever her name
Mama
is.
Mama Bridge signed because she even on the line she's saying that even if you bring it 20 times again, she will sign for you get to move on in the place. She
But
said
No,
it.
Mama Prince was not in the country. She
but
said she
She
didn't
was
sign.
not there, but she signed.
How she was sign? How she was sign? She was not there.
or maybe by electronic
But
means.
yeah, the woman could sign anywhere, brother.
But the woman herself said she was not there. She didn't sign it. That's what she said.
Well, I didn't hear that one, but the one I hear and read from Mama Bridge, she said 20 times she will sign for the removal of Yeke. 20 times you bring it to her, 20 times she will sign for the removal. That's what she said. The only person that I have doubt of is that Jala, I know Jala guy from Bombing County or what. I think he was in bombing.
So why
But
did why did why did have him to why did have it as he signing when he know they were not there?
but that's the thing that he was not according to him, but you know those lawmakers how they can do. They will take the something from on the side, sign, and run away. He was not in session, he was in Bombing County. But then after the whole thing now, before he come out to say, oh, he did not sign. But there's a guy who was in studio and into OKFN. You know what he said? He said that he will sign to remove Yeke because he don't think that Yeke is supposed to be in the house. He said, but the way they're doing it, that people propaganda all over the place that that they have signed, there's a listing that they have already signed on. He said, if they do it that way, he will not sign. He said, but when it comes to the proper way, if they do it the proper way and he's in the house, he will sign for Yeke to be removed.
Okay. So
So
then
you see the contradiction?
why would you not believe him when he said that they didn't do it the proper way, therefore I didn't sign?
Because he's in the interior when he's supposed to be in the house and he did not obstruct to it while the process was going on. He did not even obstruct to it after the process. It was way Sunday evening. Before he start talking, somebody went asking where in the bush before he said, oh yeah, he did not sign. And we know the lawmakers for the kind of cunning behavior. And you and I know that the moment they talk to these people then behind the scene, Rachel Kuntama Fala then talk to the people then, you and I, those people will not be anywhere around. So the thing here is, Yeke faith remains in the balance. And I hope and pray that it be resolved. That's the only thing I
So,
can say.
so, but Terry, Terry, this the thing, this the thing,
Esther
Terry,
kidding me.
this the thing. Yeah.
Esther kidding me so much.
I don't understand Terry. I don't understand Terry. Where you come from with
Terry can really forget that he passed over. Hey,
yeah.
politics.
I don't
But I'm
understand.
not talking.
I,
You see the difference
no,
between us. I'm not talking. I'm not giving a position that oh yeah, this is my position on the matter. I already told you my position. My position is I don't want for Yeke to be expelled from the house. I've been saying that ever since. I'm telling you what is in the news.
yeah,
That is
but
not my
Terry,
position.
this the thing he's saying that confusing people here. The man sign. You trying to justify that these people sign because
No,
they
I'm
can
not
take. Listen to me.
justifying.
Listen to Kerry. You just said
Okay.
you know how the people are the corny and the this that. They making out and told the world that he has no idea of anything. He said if they do go through the red channel, He was signed, but he didn't go through the red channel and doing mango mango. He never signed any paper. But you saying the man signed because they usually do the kono side things, and that's not even fair for that man. The man tell you say I ain't signed, he say he signed. So one of the things you say here today, even raise eyebrow the labor. Terry
Mhm.
said 53 people, according to when they call the first name, they can't say 53 people signed. When people objected, because I watched the whole proceeding, when people objected, I said, no, 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 no. What you say? Then the woman went back, she checked the lady, said, oh, no, and not 53, oh, that 49 son. Okay, you said 49 son. The 53, nobody raised their hand at that. The 49 are signed. When they presiding said we got 49, what is their way and pleasure to remove everybody? They say, yeah, I want to put their hands on. They were not putting their hands on because the group that put their hands on, that were the people who are sitting on the other side from the rule of, the whatever group, they don't want to put their hand on and say, yes, we signed. But the other group like Musa Belete, all of us said not whether they didn't sign. My thing here is all of the 49, according to their 49, we still got two or three people saying they did not sign that paper. They did not sign the paper. And that's where the controversial area now. So one, the Supreme Court is saying what these people did, they will go back and not go back, but the Supreme Court is saying we send a letter to you. Somebody sign for the letter in a clerk office. Somebody sign for the letter in a speaker office. All right? They send it out to the speaker and to the clerk. Somebody sign for the letter to the speaker office, and somebody sign for another letter in the clerk office. And you guys telling us you guys didn't see it. Y'all went ahead and they did it when they did that thing. They were not supposed to be there to do it. They went ahead and they did it anyway, ignoring the Supreme Court. So the Supreme Court will have to call them back and say what you guys did was not properly done. It was illegal. Yeka, that was Yeka Koluba got the mouth now to say, I'm still a representative until the Supreme Court rule. Otherwise, I'm still a representative. And secondly, Yeka Koluba also saying the numbers that you people say voted for me to be
So,
removed,
but
the
do you
number,
think Yaga will show up to work?
Yeka is not going to show up to the Capitol building to create any kind of tension between the people that are there and him. He's going to wait for the Supreme Court to give the ruling, and then he will go back to work. And this is very dangerous for
But
nobody
this
who
this
is patriotic and democratic to even just say anything in favor of those lawmakers over the Terry. These guys are disgruntled.
but
Why
this is
would do
what I
that?
told you
And look at
guys.
the
Yeah,
people that are
this
doing it. The likes of Colette, for the family there, the regime speaker, all the people that disgruntled people. To be honest with you,
Keto, what are you talking about here? Because the thing is that, you know, these are all the same people you've been working with for 6 years. Is it not? The problem here, liberal. You see, Yeke Koluba, in my opinion, he shot himself in the leg. The thing was very simple for Yeke Koluba. If I were Yeke Koluba, I would apologize. I will go to the hearing that was cited for me because let me tell you something that will happen to that Supreme Court. This thing will not be the Honorable Kufa thing. This thing will go to that Supreme Court and die a natural death. Right to the Supreme Court, where will hear. Because the Supreme Court will not overturn what transpired in the House. If the only people that can contend this thing are those who are claiming that they did not sign. Like if Mema Breach and the other guy, they remain on the word and they don't compromise behind the scene. People call them in the cover of darkness and say, my man, you got to keep your mouth shut, let your own 30 grand. If that do not happen, right, then, if that do not happen and they stand by the ground, then Yeke Koluba have his job back because they can rack it. The court can say blah, blah, blah. But if those people stand on the ground and they can prove in the court that 49 signed for the removal of Yeke and they get him due process and he walk out, this thing is done. It's not going to go anywhere. We're there talking plenty and we're talking about Umbaya here, but it's done. So here is the thing. If I were Yeke, I will apologize. Why? Because Yeke took an oath to protect the sovereignty of the state. The statement he made was a confrontation statement. It could create chaos. And guess what? That place Yeke talking about, that where Yeke was born, that Yeke hometown, it's like Mr. Toe saying that a portion of the land in Grand Jide County belong to the people from Ivory Coast. Why he's a representative? Oh God, the CEO is now again to my tabata. But here is it, eh? It's like Mr. Toe is saying, as a certain lawmaker, that certain portion of the land encroached by the Ivorian government is owned by the Ivorian government. Can Labor say that?
Thank you, Terry.
If you were in the house, can you
Thank you,
say that?
Terry. Thank you, Terry. I think that will be your closing, Mr. So.
Yeah, I'm closing there.
Mr. So, what's your closing? We're closing the show.
It's just not.
No, I'm in control. We're closing the show. I'll tell you, Kale.
I see the high level of frustration, disappointment, how disoriented you are, and you guys trying to find words. This is so embarrassing. And Terry. Anyway, nobody ever thought, but for me, not a surprise to see all what is happening. We saw this from the beginning. All of this is a perfect orchestration by the old man, nothing else. It's the old man doing all of these things. I don't know why you didn't tell your audience. I told you that Yeke Koluba blood is bitter. Why you hadn't? I told you this evening. Witchcraft, if they kill and kill and kill and kill, there are other people that where your disgrace come from. What we're seeing, Yeke is the one so far proven to be the person of law and order. This woman told us that things will never be the
same. Why do you insist of calling him old man when you are on my show? Why will you call him old man, Mr. So? We're here to have conversation.
No, listen.
Call him the president.
I think the old man is more dignified than calling him the president as an elderly person. But on a serious note, what Joseph Boyka and the Unity Party, what they are doing,
that makes sense. Mm-hmm.
It's just dangerous. And I expect you as an older person too, who has been one of the person being...
What, you consider 45 old?
What?
You consider 45-year-old?
Don't distract me, please.
It's a distraction. It's a distraction.
You guys are having a real good conversation. You two, you must are having beautiful conversation here tonight in Radio Star. Wow. Go ahead, Mr. So. I'll be quiet.
To see this sort of storm on this someone who supposedly, with all these vast years of experience, arguments that were made during the elections without us checking other reasons, now the clear evidence is being shown why Helen Johnson Sirleaf never supported his old man. Because he does not, let's be honest, he just does not have control. These Moja boys has hijacked the Hyanans, those or leech, they have hijacked the system, and he finding it very difficult. And part of that is his surrounding, because if you bring your household with you to be decision and policy maker, you find it very difficult to take administrative decision. We all know that, you know that. And I don't know why you don't have the guts to call out all of these things. You started all year with your frustration, and you try to design and be very calculative. You don't want to point out the ills. Why are you doing this? That's not right. Now, if I say some of you people, we have to take the microphone from you comes 2029, then you say it's a dictator, because, you will be as dangerous as towards the process. We can't trust you. We can't count on you people. So we wage an effective
All I have to do is just press you, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen. The
Mr. So, I
liberal
continue
jockey
from
for my
here.
bro. The
I
liberal jockey
continue
for
from
my
here, Mr.
bro.
So.
The
I
liberal
continue
jockey
from
for my
Mr.
bro.
So.
All I have to do is just hold my stuff.
See,
The kind of can't talk about time. You better moderate your tune or else you're
you
gonna
see,
go again.
Terry, are you laughing? It's not funny. You see what they're doing?
Oh, who did what? I didn't touch
I'm not
anything.
laughing.
I didn't touch anything.
I'm listening because you don't like my talk.
I didn't touch anything. You can't talk Tabata. Tabata will let you know.
So, I mean, they can't keep. It was found on CDC yesterday of being in violations of the Constitution. Now, I mean, the other portion, the other portion of this whole thing, it means George Weah was much more tolerant politically as compared to you guys.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
No, let's be honest, because this guy did this here. Joseph Boyka, all of these people, they were all in hands with Iyake Koluba. And they never.
But
I didn't touch anything. I'm a hair, my bro. I'm a hair.
that puppy there, when you talk about him too much,
Exactly.
you get
Exactly.
The
you
liberal,
get, you can
the
do
liberal
bad to
pushing the CEO
yourself.
offside. Liberal like you, that your work.
Anything. I'm a hair up here.
Joseph
Okay.
Boyka is
Let
like
him
your
come by. He
heartstring.
bite. He bite. He talking. We can't hear him. That I'm you. I'm a hair. He talking.
We can
can't
hear
hear
you,
you.
CEO.
We
We
can't
can
hear
hear
We
you.
can
now.
hear you. We can hear you.
Is using his toes to kick me out of the
Oh,
Oh,
God.
I using my toe.
He's using his hand for his toes now. That's what he's doing.
You know
Okay.
the man there from Toast Town, so you gotta be very careful.
On a serious note,
Yeah, my hand. Let me put my hand on. Y'all see.
being up until I finish talking. Don't move your toes. Don't do anything. Let
I
it,
will not do anything. I will not even move my toes there. Go ahead. Yeah, my hand. Go ahead.
look, Terry. I don't know. I don't know how you got into this other Hyannis liberal here, and you just draw into his business. I can imagine to see this kind of thing happening on somebody with vice experience that we all you argue in this place, and some of us raised a question, but you didn't listen. Here we are. Here going to circle.
Mr. So, who y'all get to replace the puppy?
It's not a matter of who we get. We're talking about what is on hand right now. It's much.
You see,
It's
that's
much
the thing when you do. I can come
we
back and come
want,
back
this
on.
we want right now. We want stabilization because
Mr. Soul, you see, you are not being sincere. You are not being sincere. No, I can't hold on. You are not being sincere. I'm running the show, by the way. You are not being sincere. And if you say again, I'll park you in the garage, you start again. Why liberal talking? I'll park in the garage. But you know the one said that I'm Kumaya. We're not friends. You know that one. So let me say
let me finish up. Then you will come. Be calm, Papa. Be calm. Calm down. I know you're hurt because when they call the old man need, there's something trigger. But what we are saying here, Terry, the 1990 civil crisis is generated because of so many reasons. So many reasons. You don't do things to disadvantage and abuse power. The power that is being abused under this administration is so severe to this. It's a provocation to create unnecessary political insecurity in that country. Let's be honest.
Thank you, Mr.
Listen to some of the street talks, the people that be talking. Do not underestimate what is happening. What is happening, and he, as a president, you need to take charge. You have Samuel Johnson and all kinds of people making some. You know, it's just
Mr. So, thank you. We're not gonna let you do a salad dressing here tonight because I don't know what we're here to do. But let me just tell you this: when you make these kinds of statement, unfounded statement.
Like what?
The statement you just made that the place is taking us, Mr. So. One of the things I'm going to tell you.
Why should we be okay? First of all,
so why now you want to interrupt me? You see that?
No, because you are very dishonest old man too, and I was
okay, whatever name you call me, but you have to let me to speak.
Okay, go ahead.
This is the rule of the game here. I'm the board chair.
You respect rule.
Oh, you see that? Let me just say this here, Mr. So. Let me just say, look at your vest, but your vestation, your vest, your boss.
I have, I have so many reasons to be angry of the
I
delay.
say you my boss. I say you might not be angry. I say you my boss.
Well, I don't have to boss. I will just speak it out as well.
Okay, speak it out, but we're not listening. But let me just tell you this.
All right.
Let me just tell you.
Who say they will not see the master?
If you come here, if you think by coming here, you expect the liberal to eat crow, you got another thing coming. If you think the liberal will come here and apologize for campaigning for this president, you got another thing coming.
That's not what I
Yes,
said.
but let me finish my point. Here's my reason.
Don't count.
Mr. So you can't tell me how to talk. You see, your purpose of coming to the show tonight is to disturb my show and to dislodge me. Before you came, we and Water Culture were on the same page. You're here now, you're on a different page. So
What
we
scene
know all
page? What scene page you are on?
Oh,
The
you
scene
was
page,
on
the CEO on.
Okay.
The C, the C, the CEO just telling you what the how inept this government is and the depth of the ineptitude this president is. That what he's saying here.
I mean,
So let me make my okay. I'm not gonna argue with you tonight because tonight I'm not in the mood of making confusion. But let me say this to both of you. The whole you put us in. The
There we go.
whole for 6 years you put us in. This is the only man among the 5 point something million Liberians. He, President Baka, and then Ambassador Baka, was the only man that have the ability to take us out of that hole.
What happened now?
He did. He took us out of the we're still you see, this is what I'm saying. He's trying his best to take us completely out of the hole. But here we are.
people, you need to stop this behavior. You need to stop.
Let me make
No,
my
you
point.
need to
No,
stop
you
it.
can't tell me what I'm making my point. I'm making my point. I don't want to park you in the garage. I don't want to park you in the garage. So you gotta let me make my point. The whole the man took us in, the whole the president took us in.
Nah.
You want to sit here and for me to apologize for you to that? No.
Liberal,
This is what I'm
liberal,
saying. No,
liberal. Let me ask you one question
finish.
before you take off there. Can I
Let
just
me
ask you one question, liberal? Can I ask you a question?
Go ahead, question.
Yeah, man.
Was there Guinean soldiers on our land when President Weah was in office?
President Weah put us in a hole, and President Baka is taking her out. That's the
Was there
question.
Guinean soldiers on our land when
Guinea didn't exist at the time. Now we got
Guinea didn't exist at the time?
No, Guinea exists at the
You
But let me
see,
know.
you see the intellectual dishonesty we're talking about here? Do you see the intellectual dishonesty, liberal?
They're not serious. Water culture, the liberal is speaking, you're going to try to interrupt. You're not serious. But let me say this. Let me say this on a very serious note, water culture, on a very serious note. Okay? The president, sincerely, look, I will say this, and I was when you guys before you guys came in Water Cutter, you heard my opening. I'm not afraid to criticize, and I will criticize, but I will do it with responsibility and respect. That I know I will do. But here's my point here. Here's my point. The president, the reason why if Guinea is still on your soil, the president is finding way for it to be resolved without going to the drastic action or taking drastic action. Now, Walter Cutter, think to you, take out your CDC hat for a minute or beret for a minute.
Look, see where he going.
Let me hold on. So, if you believe if we were to go to war to drive Guinea out of there, Liberia got according to report they got 2,500 or some soldier. Where are you gonna get soldier to go fight? That is ex-rebel gonna go fight. No, hold on, Mr. So hold on. You're gonna have ex-soldier to go fight. After the war finish, you got job for them. Where they gonna go? Your country is gonna be more destabilized than what Guinea is doing to you right now. One thing. The second thing, what this president is doing, you guys not seeing it to appreciate his experience.
Nothing.
Yeah, well, whatever. He's saying to you, those of you that are so much dishonest, intellectually dishonest with this president, he's saying to you, I'm not going to go to war. Not because of my pride and not because I'm old and somebody try to disrespect me. I'm not going to go to war. I'm thinking about the future of the country. Because even if we go to war and drive Guinea out of there, we come back after the war. What the president is doing, this is what Donald Trump and the other and Israeli president they don't do. What is tomorrow? The president is asking questions. Then what? When the war finished, then what? And when he looked at the answer from the then what, he said there's no reason to go to war because the then what doesn't help us. The then what is not good for us. And that's why we're not going to war. So please, you
let
sit
me
down
ask
here
you,
and appreciate this president. You sit down here and bow to the president. You sit down here and tell the president thank you for everything you're doing. You're going to come here, the men lay off.
let me ask you.
What
Let me
question
ask
you
you,
got?
and this question goes to you and Terry, and I want you guys to look in the eyes of the camera with your good conscience and good mind. Now, is it a comment of Yeke Koluba got the Guinean soldiers to be on Liberian soil? Do you
No,
believe that? Eh?
no.
So why are they holding? Then what is the essence of this?
Because the people are just vindictive.
Who people tell us? We don't know.
They from all indication, I would say that the executive is involved.
I don't know who the executive you're talking about.
Are you the executive? I'm not the executive. Terry is not the executive. Walter Carter is
But
not the executive.
Libra,
What?
the thing is this, right? The Guinean soldiers being on the land didn't make Yeke to say what he said. Yeke decided to create his own crime. The two, I don't know why we keep comparing the two. The two is not the same. The Guineans being on the land, we agree that Joseph Boakai responsibility. How he choose to fight it is what we're talking now. And everybody concerned is genuine. You got a genuine concern. But the concern you have does not fall in the category of President Boakai perception of how he thinks he should handle it. And the way I think he should handle it is the best way he handling it. Because even if it was Joria will handle it the same way. Let Lebanon, yeah, the bumping Lebanon. Israel is bumping Lebanon. Lebanon bigger than Liberia. Why Lebanon can fight Israel? Because they cannot. So what if we go to war now and we start bumping
We're not
Guinea
calling
too?
for war. No. Okay.
But that what will happen to move the people from the land. We gotta use gun.
Again, folks, hold on, guys. Samson told Liberal Operator in charge here tonight. The Liberal is running the show. Again, if you want to give us a call, 916-533-2048
Why
and
we
join
are
the
saying
conversation. The Liberal is in charge. There's no Kumba here tonight. Tell us what's on your mind, who you agree with and who you don't agree with. Please, we know we're the most popular host on this network, and we know you guys love the Liberal. Call us and tell how much you admire the Liberal on the show tonight.
So, Libra, can I just step in for a second, right? So let me correct something here. Nobody calling for war.
That's not your job to correct anything.
Mr. No, the Liberal
But that's
give
what
the
you calling
independent
for.
chance to
What you
speak.
calling for?
Nobody calling
How
for
you
war.
want us to deal with the issue?
I come in. Nobody calling for war. What we are saying.
The lawyer, the LPR lawyer is asking you a question now. How do you want us to deal with this thing? He said.
Yeah, how you want us to do it?
All right, guys, y'all hold on. The people calling. Samson told the Liberal is on here tonight. What's your name? Where you're calling from? How much praise do you have for the Liberal?
How you doing, Mr. Two, and hi to everybody on the show.
Thank you.
Evening. This is Saturday Yalate.
Yes, Saturday. Thank you for calling. What happened? Cap on your tongue, or you? You want to disagree with him with a Liberal?
but I want to talk a little bit Yeke Koluba issue.
Go ahead.
And the issue there is that this stuff is clear cut. But I always say that we don't need problem again in Liberia. And the way government moving is like they try to promote confusion in the country. Now you can see why some of us been saying. I know that we all are fans of Joseph, the president. But the point here is that If they keep doing that thing, then Liberia going to go back into problem. The problem is that just look at other people, other representatives are coming out, say they never fix their signature on that list that they put up there. That alone, it's like you running a government that Liberian people got no say. Only the government have to be running the way they want to run, and that alone can bring confusion in the country. What they have done is that telling the people of District 10 that we don't give a hang about you guys, we don't like your representative, we're going to get him out. You and I know some of us don't like the way this gentleman speak, but this guy, that kind of man, is neither in that area because he exposed a lot of bad things that are going on into the country. And so what they're doing right there is just not correct. They need to go back to their drawing board to support a candidate that can defeat Yeke Koluba in our district. But you cannot do the kind of kangaroo justice or in the house to get a sitting lawmaker. Or they did that to Fonati Kofa as well. And so they try to think that it is the normal way of doing things. And those things can bring chaos in the country. We don't want that again.
Thank you. Thank you, my
Thank
brother.
you.
Thank you. Walter Carter, go ahead. Thank you, Sally.
Go ahead.
So look, Liberal, we never ask for war. We don't want war. We are tired of war. What we are saying, this government should stop lying to the Liberian people. This government should be responsible. They should start cracking down on free speech.
Where's Saturday?
Look at it.
Hold on 1 minute. Saturday, are you still calling? Okay, that mistake. Go ahead.
So the government is cracking down on free speech. Look at what they're doing to the Spoon journalists that went over there to inform the Liberian people in the world that Guinean soldiers are still on our land. And this government is running after him through NSA to arrest him because he went out there and he did a little piece on the borderline, all that kind of stuff. We should condemn those things. What we're saying here is, look, Mr. Boaka, the day these people came on our land and the surveillance went over there and they made the Guineans to retreat, to go back home, you should have ordered the AFL to deploy over there and station them there for the time being. It would have served as a deterrent that before Guinea will see another military group, they will know they're not supposed to cross. Then we'll start having dialogue as to what went on.
But what happened if they cross? What happened if they cross?
We do that. They were never going to cross.
No,
cross,
don't say never. I said, that's not the answer. What happened if they cross?
Brother, what I'm saying here is...
So I understand what you're saying. What will happen if they were to cross?
That's why...
Are you asking that question?
Yeah. What will happen if they were to cross? Yo, hold on. Rescue 3, thank you for joining us tonight.
Ridiculous.
Wonderful conversation. Go ahead. Let's talk to me, Rescue 3. Give us your idea. Beautiful idea.
Mr. Joe, Terry, see you and Keda. How you doing tonight?
Thank you.
You know, in Nigeria, the Nigeria politics, we got to be very careful what we detaining. In the first place, before all power, I would let the make a statement. Keda is a chameleon. When you see the green, you turn green. When you see yellow, you turn yellow. You are on the show to you or not there. You are very clear. The moment the TV show said now, you change your CDC for straight.
Okay.
In the first place, if they say, Mr. Joe, go to school, they have a common sense. You got your common sense. The common sense that will help you get to make decisions. You can talk about. I didn't want to throw that being against the people who you can talk about here. When you can talk about, let's set up. Let's set up in a scene. Mr. Joe, I don't care how you go against somebody. You said, I'm not talking about the CDC. And then CDC people, moment you fuck them, move them in power, then you go and join in with the people. You think the people will tell you to reach you? See the number of sedition that voted against Yeke Koluba. You think the people couldn't be CDC people that talking the show today, and they were really faithful. Committed people Yeke Koluba know that they are in opposition. Why they should vote against Yeke Koluba? Right after they voted Yeke Koluba, their candidate that ran against Yeke Koluba, Josephine, they were posting that she coming by the road in the district. Then Moru was saying that he coming to run in our district. Do you think that the people that remove Yeke Koluba and get them by the people? He set it up. How many of these citizens that really standing up to the government, but they use him because they feel that he is not educated, they use him in that manner. But don't look at the situation that we're talking about. The Supreme Court really respect itself. A variable crime that's being committed, you say the man cannot be bailed out. You keeping that man in jail for 6 months. Abusing right now. Is this Supreme Court we're talking about today? So that everything that happens, every branch of government, they'll be very free. I don't like the manner in which you will remove. When you get stupidity, you want all the council clean, it's what getting out of the district. But if you can go, but some people say that you can go for re-election, you can go for re-election, the spread of you can highlight district will be
Hold on, woman. Let me merge it, then you can wrap her.
Clarence, another ridiculous man.
All right, Clarence. All right. Rescue 3. Go ahead, wrap up for us. Go ahead.
Okay, so what be happening in Yakeke? Nobody is getting in favor of it because you can all struggle for the government. But if you bring the government to power, you have power aggressive in a polite manner.
Look at that.
You want always getting a thing so and do this and that, I think was fair. And last, I want to executive branch of government. I listen to human when Thomas Pala appear on OKFM. He was encouraging Thomas Pala. So when people say that executive head was behind the removal, it's true. I can't deny it. It's true.
Okay, you agree with me?
No, he agree with you.
Can you ask him?
No, I'm not asking you. Thank you.
Clarence, you agree with me?
All right. Caller, Mama Lu, go ahead. Caller, your next in line. What's on your name? What's on your name?
Thank you. My name is Momo Tuna. I'm calling from Atlanta, Georgia. And I want to speak on Yeke Koluba expulsion.
Yeah, please.
I want people to understand that the expulsion of Yeke Koluba must be understood not as an attack on democracy, but as a necessary defense of democracy, right? I want people to know that while freedom of expression is a constitutional right, it is also not absolute, especially so for an elected official who swore an oath to uphold and protect national.
You mind if I ask you a question, sir?
Go ahead.
Are you a Liberian?
I am a Liberian. I'm a Liberian, 100% Liberian, mother Liberian, father Liberian.
Okay, well, soon stop asking for long form birth certificate or off.
No, I'm a bona fide Liberian.
Okay.
I'm a son of Lofa County, where that stuff is occurring. I'm from Tengia.
Okay.
So that affects me directly.
I understand.
So,
Go ahead, my brother.
So the statement like that from Yeke Koluba further inflamed that border tension. It has the proclivity of doing that, right? And it undermines our territorial integrity. It carries serious national security implication. And this is stuff that should not be dismissed. And then again, I speak clearly because I'm a U.S. Army veteran, right? So as a soldier who understands what it means to put your life on the line in defense for your country, as a soldier who understands what it means to take oath of office, and the violation of that oath of office thereof, the consequences that you should bear under the Uniform Code of Military Justice. It is the same as those who are elected in office. The likes of Yeke Koluba, he carries much more responsibility as an elected official. You swore an oath to defend, protect, and uphold the Constitution of the Republic. And then you sat there surrendering your country to another nation that has violated our territorial integrity. Instead of you upholding the oath of office, upholding the Constitution, you went the other way. You violated your oath. And then people in Liberia just take this to be so much trivial stuff. They're trying to defend it. The man has a freedom of expression, but it comes with responsibility. And a greater responsibility lies on a guy like Yeke. So let us not try to try to find a way to defend who Yeke, what the concept. Look, I agree with what has taken, the decision that the plenary of the House of Representatives took to disciplining that administrative, disciplinary action that was taken by plenary against Yeke. I think it was just fair enough. Let us know. This will serve as a deterrent that never again a sitting lawmaker, an official of government who took an oath to uphold, protect, and defend our nation, our constitution, to never make such reckless, irresponsible comments.
Thank you.
That's what I have to say.
Can I call us still on the line so we can ask him
Thank
questions?
you.
To you asking, this is a sort of selective
Can
process.
I call us still on the line so we can ask him questions?
No. That is Siri, Lofa Siri speaking at that walk. I'm going to listen to that. I make it mad. The best thing from Lofa County, listen to the Siri. Hey, Yaka Kalba, the way Yaka Kalba. You think I would, my man, we say Yaka Kaluba. You there, Yaka Kalba, Yaka Kalba. No, my man. Momo, thank you for calling, my brother. Thank you. No, that's a very, very serious side of the saga that this young man was looking at. I thought it was very interesting. The fact that
The question becomes now to you are asking what's about because he said elected article
Official.
to what happens to Kula Fofana's on
Kula Fofana.
and many others.
when you're talking, you can tell your own.
So let me end my conversation, bro. On when he
No,
called.
you're
So,
wrapping up now. You got 2 seconds. Wrap it. I gotta go.
So the last caller, Momolu Morris Momolu, whether he U.S. veteran or not, we don't care. He can be in the American Army.
But that's why he
No.
talk. You see that one thing.
Listen. He
But
he
that's
said
what
on
he
the show that
said. He didn't say.
listen, liberal, listen to me.
Don't connect the fact that he's a veteran. That has not.
I don't care
say-
whether he's a U.S. veteran or U.S. military or
but
whatever.
don't bring that in as part of the conversation.
You can tell me what to say, liberal.
No, I'm running the show.
Yeke is all Yeke action is almost equivalent to military code to court martial him. That's what he's saying.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to tell you. Whether he U.S. military or not, he live in this country. Yeah, 9/11, people were in the government, in Congress. Some people didn't agree with what really happened at the World Trade Center. All I think they were talking up to now. American government officials do not ready. Some of them do not agree what they say happened to that place there.
What's
All
your
right?
wrap up with
In this
Paul?
country, he's in this country. He's been in the country as a veteran. So nobody care about that thing he's talking over there. The reality is the soldiers were on the land before Yeke Koluba spoke. The soldiers had not left. They have not left our country. The president minister information, the president mouthpiece told us that the people were coming in the country to withdraw. I don't know how deploying is equivalent to withdrawal. The president press secretary, liberal, the president press secretary said to Liberian people that the land that Guinean own is the land Liberia claiming to be their land. That's what the woman said. That's key from the president press secretary. Liberal, give a chance.
We gotta go. We'll talk
liberal.
No, we're not putting short traffic on conversation here. You don't got you don't.
Mr. So, when your time comes Wednesday, you can put long traffic on conversation.
Liberal, you gotta be comfortable when we're talking the thing like we're talking here. So
your show got to Wednesday, you can find a long pen today. That I'm gonna shop here. I put it on. I put the beginning on the conversation.
Okay, right now, putting leggings on this thing. Don't put leggings on it.
Jerry,
so the liberal, let me just end now. Let me just conclude. Liberal, let me conclude. So look, liberal. This government dropped the ball when it comes to this whole Lofa incident. The government lied miserably to Liberian people. The government looking for scapegoat, and she's using Yeke Koluba as a scapegoat to do what she has to do. It will backfire in the faces.
We'll do
and this is not Lofa County government. Unfortunately, the Lofa people too plenty in the government, but not the 5% people from Lofa County in the government. And they lie and say Joria had a whole southeastern region in the government.
Why if we the Lofian?
So why you're pushing narrative that all the people in Joria government came from the southeastern region?
Terry,
So
let me
why
come
you're
to you.
pushing the narrative? Why you push the narrative?
Terry, let me come to you. Let
No,
me
I
come
see you
to
now.
you.
You
No,
say
no, well,
the educator. So why you
okay.
didn't
Good
say
night. Good
you
night,
didn't
World
defend
Recorder.
Joe?
You've done a wonderful job. Terry, let me come to you. Let me
Keto,
come to you, Terry.
I know what kind of Tabata. Who day you just talking
Terry,
Tabata?
let me come to you. Before
They
I
got
come
to
to you,
yeah. Look at him like going to talk
will
about that.
you
Like he don't want
please
to talk
allow
his
the CEO to go live? Say he's the CEO of this
Yeah,
show
sure.
here. Okay,
The,
thank
CEO,
you.
the memo for you, the memo cut you
oh,
off. You don't let you talk. They
the
watch him.
examiner.
Yeah, go ahead. No, don't bring examine that.
Keto.
Speaking first. Go
Oh,
ahead.
God.
Okay, you not examine nothing. He dead. Yeah, we're gonna examine you. Examine. Oh, I forgot where you examine.
Oh, wow. Now that told now
The
is how you.
examiner. Go ahead. Go ahead. I don't want no trouble. Go
But here
ahead.
is the thing here, Keto talking time. Brother, Yeke Koluba, if even I was one of Yeke Koluba guardian, or even the Lofians, there's a possibility the Lofians they can even say Yeke Koluba, you're not from here.
Oh my God.
Because listen, in as much as for me, I believe that Yeke Koluba problem is not even all the work going on. Yeke Koluba is suffering from a traumatic problem because the way he behave and act, even during Jawia time, I saw one picture, the man carry Grumpy, boy Grumpy. The man carry boy Grumpy in the house. And guess what? Cater them government, they suspended Yeke for 6 months with all pay. Yeke will all pay until he entered Joseph Burger government. Yeke had to go to court under Joseph Burger government to get his pay before he can get paid.
Mhm.
Yeah. You suspended the man for disorderly conduct
Okay.
during Jowiak time.
Oh,
You
they
forget? You
suspended him
don't
because
know?
he kept grumpy. He kept ball grumpy in the
So
house.
you got
No,
one.
I want not for Bob Grumpy because the man caused they say the man caused Jowiak.
Mhm.
He caused the president. So they suspended the man for 6 months with all pay.
Okay.
Yeah. During Jowiak
So,
time, the
so
time
let
what
me.
they say
I think we'll go over the show. Maybe,
better.
I mean, let me ask you this, Terry, and I think you'll be the perfect person to answer this. Is
Well,
this
I
government? Is this government trying to now teach morality in the country?
don't even have one to teach.
Because every time the people who causing mal causing or people causing somebody, they seem to be having problem with it. Are they teaching morality in the country? You think?
Well, I would not say they teaching morality to that extent, but I think there is a sense in the atmosphere that minimizes that form of, that kind of that form of approaching colleagues and
What do we
politics.
do with the kid, the guy in Canada? The other
That's
one that
why.
can wear sunglasses in can be cussing. What do we do with that one?
So I don't know, but my perspective, what we need to understand is that this is the elderly government, and in our culture, those things are not allowed. I don't know, but during Jawia time, it's only, but during Jawia time, it was worse. Keto then say during Jawia time it was better. Jawia removed a sitting judge
Yeah,
from
man.
the Supreme Court bench illegally. Illegally. They went to the ECOWAS court. The ECOWAS people say it was done illegally. They're not me saying it, they're not Terry. You suspended Yeke Koluba for abusing and cursing people, all the kind of thing. You took Henry Costa radio station, you vandalized the man property and
Ah,
took all the man property from the man radio Sunday and only you carry it. Then you say your time was better than now? How?
We gotta
How?
put
I
Henry
don't
Costa.
understand.
We gotta put Henry Costa in a bony cartoon.
In the bonnet, in the back of the car, you went to Yeke Koluba house
And
to
took a milk and
uh,
took a children milk.
so I don't know when you're talking about when Keto and Kanye they be talking about Joseph Bogade, Joseph that was asking when the border issue. What will you do if we are in power? What you are going to do? Because you say you want war, then not war you're talking about for Joseph Bogade to do. So how you think you are going to move the Guinean from on the land with all using force? How you are going to do it? And even if you apply that method, do you have the strength to contain the Guinean army right now in Liberia? Do you have that strength, that military power? We got a parable that say, or I know dog trust a bunga before a boom. Something like that. So, my brother, The old man, they few days when we went to go open the road with Mata Bio, you know what it meant? The Guinean ambassador were there. You know that? That is what we call diplomacy. We will keep using the diplomatic method until the problem is solved. Nobody will die. That is what we call responsible government. Thank you, Liberal.
That's 40 some more year experience. Thank you, Rescue 2. CEO, you got 2 seconds, please.
You know, you guys, I don't know. I don't know where all the comparisons that are not even connected relative to the conversation. It's just the same thing. You did it yesterday too, so we're doing our own. That's anybody you put it in the nutshell. That's exactly the man who's supposedly supposed to be a pastor to give some real good advices here. He's now strong. He's so politically correct in his argument and is being justified and supported by the liberal.
Thank you, Mr. So.
What?
I said thank you very much.
Mr. So, to be honest with you,
the limit of your time. Go ahead, Terry.
I got how I feel about this government.
Thank you.
And I will not say it on here.
No,
I
Terry,
know where I was talking.
Keep it.
Oh,
because you ain't got no shame.
Okay, whatever we'll talk about. Mr. So, thank you very much. Join us again tomorrow.
Why you cutting the CEO? Let me only spend 1 second on the thing.
But I told you I'm giving him 1 second.
What?
I say I'm giving you 1 second.
Really? You know what?
Really?
You know playing with?
What Dr. Mali? He ain't come here again. You ain't lately. You don't see Dr. Mali lately?
You know me. I'm here.
I finished quarantine order, y'all. I finished quarantine order.
You know me. I don't do nothing with God. You do me, I do you.
Whatever. But go ahead. Give us your rapping, Mr.
Wow,
So.
that is Israeli. Oh, please allow it to go through.
I'm not loving you. I'm not loving you.
The level of chaos, the looseness, the intolerance attitude of addressing national issue by this president, his administration, and his entire supporters, including very sorry on these networks, is bad for our country. And you have to stop it. You have. This is your argument is just far different. We're not talking about cabinet general. Okay, yeah, so CDC did it. You too, you're gonna do it. A Black Dragon revenge the death of Bruce Lee, right? That's what you're trying to tell us? I mean, I thought this president could be at a reservoir of wisdom. On the contrary, he's a reservoir of confusions and chaos. Every other bad things, every other things are happening, he is involved. And I said that he acts like Bob Willie. When he do a thing, then he goes sit down somewhere. Anytime he read something, then he go, we're carrying to Ethiopia the other day. I should tell you that Ethiopia, a country that is heavily in drought, where you go for agriculture business, and you not even carry agriculture minister, you carry defense people. Your thing was stupid. You know what he went for? We should say, every time he planned and called for the executions of political chaos, that's how Tower used to operate. Then he leaves and go. Then he say, how he here when he come, when the press people asking, then he get in one hell of a cheek. And he think he's okay. And then you ready to say, you say wisdom, 40 years of experience, 40 years of experience. It does not commensurate with the argument that you guys are putting out every day on these platforms. And liberal, you as a chief facilitator of these sort of bad behaviors, you are contaminating good character, good people. I don't know why Terry is moving in your direction, why Terry has tasted that bad blood and he already in it. I got to stop it. There's no crime in this place. I wanted to see how the Supreme Court going to be like. Why going to be? I mean, why will you even be? You say you're going to be things. You say you're going to be a law or order person, but instead, yeah, these are some of the field progressive. So I don't have time for them. They are the same moja.
I know they ain't read that one too.
You distracted me. I'm making my. I don't know why. There are other people writing. Why you not put it? Why are you selecting comments? Specific comment that you think they're targeting other people.
No, the man asking question. I'm just trying to bring up.
Okay, let Dr. Toto come and tell us the all Liberian conference he went to. What happened there? Let you can't bring a report.
That's not your business.
Oh, but look, I don't know.
Mr. So, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Wonderful conversation with you tonight. We appreciate all of you. Guys, before I go, again, let me just say this. There's a book here. It's called Mitigating
Okay, Momo, come on. I would love that.
Oh, Momo, you want to come join? I'll come join. I would like to have you. Talk to the CEO. He will bring you on, Momo.
I'm not like this guy.
Momo,
who like to just maybe put your email or somehow inbox us our number. You're welcome. Let's have a national
have a conversation. Thank you, Mr. So. You're disturbing my show, by the way. Momo, come on.
Tamba.
The CEO is here.
Momo Tamba Tule. Go sit down.
He come here with
Siri.
He come here where you got all the good lofani and can't talk a kanaba. He said Koluba. Then he kanaba. He come go Koluba.
Then he go sit down. Let him move to go sit down.
Mama, waiting for you. Waiting for
you. The man from Lova.
Before you die, you Siri. The
man in Tamaisi, not from Lova.
He said I'm from Lova. Jale, the other one from Lova in New Jersey. Really speaking.
Put your email something and we'll get it to you.
Let me go on as I close, folks. Samson to Labrador Radio. Thank you very much to be here. But this is a book by Mr. William Nyanu. It's Mitigating the Legacy of a Misguided, mismanaged vision. And it's very interesting the way Nyanu did his research. He started getting information all the way back from President Roberts' time. And as I stated earlier, President Robert and many of the people were saying that even though we wanted nature to be civilized and be Christian, but we should not let them forget where they come from. We should bring them on board, educate them. But the bigger problem they had at the time, they did not have among themselves. There were not many educated people for them to go and send them out for educate, to teach people. But then the question, why those of you that have the ability to teach, why can you bring people from the interior, teach them, and send them back to their community so they will be able to teach the people? The worst of it was when the two-way party took over, I believe it was 1860, 1867 or something like that. When they drove the mulatto, the light-skinned people off of the government, they decided we will have the natives to be serving us, and it never stopped until 1980. Samson told Labron Pabrado. Folks will do this here. What I'm gonna do on Saturday, I will.
Did he put in that book? Did he put in that book when the native became citizen in their own country?
When native became citizen in Liberia?
Yes.
I haven't reached that part.
So when the natives started voting, you been citizen?
No, Terry. The native were not citizen of Liberia according to their constitution when they were there. The native became citizen in Liberia in 1907. That when they gave native people citizenship in Liberia.
But I haven't gotten to that point. I know I passed by that. But anyway,
go ahead and read it.
What I'm gonna do, I have other document here that I've been talking about. So I will do a show once I have
an email address.
Once I get a good stopping point for the project I'm working on, and once I'm done with that, I will get back into my Saturday routine, having a show on Saturday, but it's going to be very early in the morning so that people in Liberia will be able to get it around 12 o'clock. So I have to start here maybe by 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. And many of you in the East Coast will be sleeping, which will be a good thing.
You can get all again to making proclamation without even sending it for review, for approval. Now you take it.
You not see Bo send something for CEO to review?
Okay.
Now the CEO is supposed to send me something for me to review. I'm the legitimate Bo.
All right, you're back after the show. We'll see.
I am the legitimate bull.
So you want to do it around 2 o'clock in the morning?
Other people like a jet bull, then the land bull. This is the real bull. I know Jaru not here again. He gone back to Liberia.
Hijacking power thing you're doing.
Jaru not here again. Liberia now again. So I'm the bull now. All right, guys. Thank you very much. Walter Carter, thank you. Mr. So, thank you very much. Terry, thank you. Please join me tomorrow. And let's have a wonderful, wonderful conversation about it. I'll say good night to all of you. Thank you. Walter Carter, thank you.
The FOIA man, I put your email address there.
Where?
Your FOIA brother and you fire and you FOIA and you Tama.
Tama put his email address. No, not you.
You can see.
Oh, okay.
Good night.
Okay, Tama, I will copy it and put and send you a link tomorrow. Thank you. I'm not okay, but Mr. So, you got to let me know whether you want me to invite him to come on live. Is that what you want me to do?
I'm not like you. I don't sanction voices. People that are even you were there.
You want me don't count up Sarah dressing here. You want me to send him the link or no?
Oh, hey, boy, why are you asking for approval? Hey, so you get the decision on your own. Why are you asking for approval? Okay, send him the link. I want to have a conversation with Tama. No.
I'm the bull, but I'm a respectful bull.
I'm not disrespectful. Oh God, that's it to you, man. Good night.
And I'll let it other people. What I gotta thank you very much, guys. Again, folks, Samson told Labropa, thank you very much for following tonight. Tole will send you the link tomorrow. Appreciate that. And thank you very much, guys. Thank you. And I'll say good night to all of you. It's been a wonderful, wonderful time here again this evening. But before I do that, let me just go back here and see if I can just do this screenshot to the email address here so I can send it to him tomorrow. Well, Tule, when you come in tomorrow, don't come speak too much cereal. We want really no go English. That no go English tomorrow. That so no go English. Man, when I speaking you can't speak cereal. What tell you say when we don't know you. Again, folks, Samson told Labropa, thank you very much for being with us here tonight. Again, please, let's continue to pray for one another. Good night, folks. Samson told Labropa Radio. This is Samson Toe. So Robert, introduce me to this group here. Who am I? What do I do here?
This is Samson Toe. He's the lead designer on this bridge replacement project. He's one of the most accomplished engineers in the entire office. So when there is a project that has a level of complexity, guess who they come to? Mr. Toe, the voice of hotel. So put some respect to his name. He knows what he's doing.
Thank you.
Jọba ìpawẹ́